In the magical Garden of Eden, where every flower sang and every tree whispered secrets of the universe, lived Adam and Eve, the very first humans created by God. Their days were like sweet melodies, filled with love and harmony, but their joy multiplied with the arrival of their two sons, Cain and Abel, who brought laughter and wonder to every corner of their paradise. But this all changed when Cain and Abel wanted to make an offer to God to express their love for him. Cain, the sturdy elder brother, was as solid as the ground he walked upon. His hands, rough from tending to the earth, seemed to have a language of their own as they coaxed life from the soil. With each seed he planted, Cain felt a deep connection to the land, as if he and the earth were one. Abel, the gentle younger brother, had a heart as soft as the petals of the garden flowers. While Cain nurtured the earth, Abel found solace in the company of the creatures that roamed freely in their Eden. His touch was gentle, his voice a soothing melody that calmed even the wildest of beasts. In the heart of the lush Garden of Eden, Cain and Abel grew side by side, their bond as strong as the roots of the ancient trees that towered overhead. Despite their differences, they shared a profound connection, nurtured by the love of their parents and the wonders of their surroundings. Together, they roamed the garden, their laughter echoing through the air as they marveled at the abundance and beauty that surrounded them. They chased butterflies, climbed trees to pluck ripe fruits, and splashed in the crystal-clear streams that wound their way through the paradise. But as they grew, so did their desire to express their gratitude to God. And so, one day, with hearts full of reverence and devotion, they resolved to make offerings to God as a token of their love and appreciation. Cain, his muscles hardened by years in the fields, collected the fruits of his labor. He brought forth a harvest of apples, juicy grapes, and golden wheat as an offering to God. Each fruit was a testament to his tireless dedication and the bounty of the earth. Meanwhile, Abel, with a heart as pure as his intentions, selected the finest of his flock, a newborn lamb without blemish, its fleece as white as the clouds that drifted lazily across the sky as an offering to God. With tender care, he cradled the lamb in his arms, its gentle bleating a melody of innocence and trust. With their offerings in hand, Cain and Abel approached the sacred altar, where the very presence of God seemed to linger like a warm embrace. They bowed their heads in reverence, their hearts filled with love and gratitude as they presented their gifts to God. In the hallowed silence of the garden, Cain and Abel stood before the sacred altar, their offerings laid bare for the eyes of the Almighty. Anticipation hung in the air like a delicate veil as they awaited God's response, their hearts brimming with hope and devotion. But when the moment of judgment arrived, it came with an unexpected twist of fate. A brilliant light descended upon the altar, casting a heavenly light over Abel's sacrifice. It was as if the very heavens had opened up to shower divine favor upon his offering, leaving Cain's own gift untouched and unnoticed in the shadow of his brother's blessing. A pang of despair pierced Cain's heart as he watched his brother's offering embraced by the divine light, while his own lay neglected and rejected. The bitterness of jealousy coiled within him like a serpent, its venomous whispers poisoning his thoughts and darkening his soul. Why should Abel be favored over him? Had he not toiled in the fields with the same dedication? Had he not given everything to honor God? Upset, Cain looked to his brother for comfort, finding peace in his kind gaze. And there, in the depths of Abel's compassionate eyes, he found a glimmer of hope, despite the darkness that threatened to consume him. Abel told him not to despair, because God sees the goodness in your heart, even if your offering was not accepted, and how they should rejoice in his blessings and give thanks for all they have been given. But Cain's heart was hardened by envy, his mind clouded by the shadows of injustice and betrayal. The seed of darkness took over, extending its roots of bitterness with each passing moment. Why should he be refused the blessings of God? As the flames of jealousy consumed him, Cain stood at the edge of a crucial choice, his soul teetering on the edge of darkness. In a tragic twist of fate, consumed by the flames of jealousy and rage, Cain succumbed to the darkness that had taken root within his soul. Under the guise of brotherly affection, he led Abel into the tranquil fields, where the air was thick with the scent of blossoms and the promise of peace. But under his innocent look, Cain hid his true feelings of jealousy and anger. With a single fateful blow, the tranquility of the garden shattered like fragile glass, Cain's deed echoing like thunder. Cain killed Abel. Abel fell to the earth, his lifeblood staining the soil crimson as a stark testament to the depths of Cain's jealousy. After the tragic death of Abel, God's voice reverberated through the garden, calling out to Cain. "Where is your brother, Abel?" God questioned, his words cutting through the heavy silence. "I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper?" Cain responded, his voice tinged with defiance. "What have you done?" "I hear the voice of your brother's blood crying out to me from the ground," God declared. He cursed Cain from the ground that received Abel's blood by Cain's hands. From that day he had to work the ground, but it will not yield food. From now on he shall roam the earth a fugitive and a wanderer. Overwhelmed by the gravity of God's judgment, Cain cried out in despair. "My punishment is greater than I can bear," he lamented. "You are banning me from the land and from your presence. I will be a fugitive wandering the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me." But God, in his mercy, placed a protective mark upon Cain, shielding him from harm. He assured him that whoever would slay him would be punished 7 times greater. And so, with the mark of divine protection upon him, Cain embarked on his solitary journey, forever marked by his tragic deed. Alone through the wilderness, Cain wandered, burdened by the weight of his guilt and the echoes of his unforgivable sin. He reached out to the heavens, begging for forgiveness, but his pleas seemed to vanish into the void, unanswered and unheard. Yet even in his darkest hour, a faint glimmer of hope flickered in the depths of Cain's despair. In a moment of divine mercy, God heard his cry and extended a lifeline of redemption, a chance for Cain to seek forgiveness and atonement for his sins. With a heart heavy with remorse but renewed with purpose, Cain embraced this opportunity and embarked on a journey into the unknown, guided by faith and illuminated by grace. Each step ahead was a test of Cain's resolve and commitment to his path of redemption. Yet, with God as his compass and his beacon, he pressed forward, determined to find his way back to the light from which he had strayed. Cain's story goes beyond a cautionary tale of jealousy and betrayal. It reveals the immense power of love and the possibility of redemption. It shows that even the darkest hearts can be touched by divine grace, and forgiveness can bring solace amidst our deepest sorrows. As we ponder Cain's journey, let us remember the value of compassion and forgiveness in our own lives. Let's strive to stay positive, extending kindness to those who wrong us, and seeking forgiveness for our own mistakes. Through love and mercy, we can heal past wounds and create a brighter future for all. If you found inspiration in this story, please remember to like and subscribe. If you haven't yet accepted God in your life, there's still time. Repentance can transform your future, erasing sadness and loneliness and providing all that you need. Take a moment, find a quiet place and talk to God. He listens. Blessings to you.